I want you to be able to communicate with people without putting your emotions there, just using this thing called the sandwich method. So, what is that? Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchro Shakti. Today we're looking at the word conflict in your relationships. Conflict is a word that scares us. We want to run away from it. It feels horrible because when you're in conflict, you're not heard, you're not understood, you're misunderstood, you are seen differently, and you feel completely horrible. And then when you try to share that with the other person, they just don't seem to get it, and conflict feels really uncomfortable. But yet, conflict is a part of the human experience. There's conflict between nations, conflict between religions, conflict between sects, conflict between families, conflict between you and your friends, conflict between colleagues in the office, conflict between you and yourself, conflict between you and your partner. So conflict seems to be this unavoidable thing, yet it is so scary. So in today's video, we're going to look at a process called the sandwich method, but I'm going to share the method, but I'm also going to share things about conflict that's going to help you minimize it in your life and create more of a harmonious and peaceful relationship with yourself, with your family, with your partners, with your friends, with your colleagues. So let's look at that immediately. So let's begin. Before I talk about conflict, I want you to understand this big, gigantic thing, which is called the emotional pain body. If you understand the emotional pain body, you live a life that's a lot more free of conflict. I won't say that conflict will never come your way because it's part of our evolution, but conflict will become quite minimal in your life if you understand this thing called the emotional pain body. So what is the emotional pain body? Throughout your life, since the time that you were born, you experience different emotions. Different experiences brought up different emotions. So maybe you felt different from others. Maybe you felt rejected. Maybe you felt alien. Maybe you felt not loved. Maybe you felt jealousy. Maybe you felt anger. Maybe you felt tremendous fear. Maybe you felt anxiety. Maybe you felt you don't belong. You felt a range of emotions. And when we as humans feel emotions, there are these things called tear ducts. Okay, that tears, crying releases emotions. There are a lot of ways in which we release emotions, but we were born into a world that criticized emotions, that shamed emotions. You were either called super sensitive, or you were told that big boys don't cry or big girls don't cry, or that feeling emotional makes you psychotic, neurotic, hysterical, or feeling emotions makes you somehow a lesser human being, that you're not in control of your stuff. So what happens, emotions being a human experience, even enlightened people feel emotions, we have suppressed it. And when emotions get suppressed in the body over time, how do I know they're suppressed in the body? Because when I ask you to remember the last trauma that ever happened to you, or the worst thing that ever happened to you, you start feeling that discomfort come up, right? Your ears might become warm, or your chest might become heavy, or your stomach might be flipped inside out, or your lungs would feel heavy, or your throat has a lump, or your head is paining, or emotions are coming up. So that stuff is still stuck inside your body. So throughout your life, when there was all these emotions that got stuck in the body, it formed its own energy field. This painful energy field of all those painful emotions you felt throughout your life, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of pain is stuck in your body. When this pain is stuck in the body, we call this the emotional pain body. It's an energy field of pain. The emotional pain body is what creates your continuous negative painful thoughts, continuous negative painful emotions, negative painful reactions, negative painful manifestations. So all things that represent deep pain in our lives comes from this emotional pain body, this energy field inside of us. So we see our lives from this lens of the pain. Whether you're conscious of it or not, we're seeing things through that pain. So if our pain is that we're deeply unheard, not validated, not valued, not important, not significant, people's simple look or simple whether they've sent a message to you or read your message or not, you will see it through that lens, and you will feel that pain of feeling ignored, not valid, not good enough again come up in your body. So a pain body runs quite a lot of our lives. Now, told you to understand conflict, you need to understand your pain body. So pain body is like this wound, right? Let's say your hand is hurt because there's this open wound here, and you've not healed it, and it's been 30 years of this wound being open and festering, and for 30 years people kept coming and brushing up against this wound, and it keeps hurting and it keeps hurting and it keeps hurting. If the wound was healed, people brushing up would not, you won't feel much, you won't feel any pain. But because there's a wound, it hurts. But when the wound is festering and it's not healed over so many years, even one tiny feather can come and touch that wound, it will burn and hurt so much. That is why small, tiny things can affect us so massively that we have such a massive reaction to something someone said or did not say, something someone did or did not do, even whether someone saw your message or not. All of these things bring up all this massive pain because the wound is inside of us. So having said that, now that we know that there's this energy field inside of us called the emotional pain body, we get possessed by the pain body when we get triggered, especially when there's already emotions and already energy field inside of us of that particular trigger. So let's say you feel not good enough and you already have this ocean of feeling not good enough on the inside, it gets triggered. The first instinct the pain body has when you're possessed by the pain body, the first thing that comes up is to throw that pain on the other person. So the other person feels pain as well. Pain loves pain. Okay, so it wants the other person to feel pain as well. So it feels like I have to teach them a lesson. I have to stand up for myself. And you're so possessed by the pain body, you think that you're in power by throwing your anger or your hurt or your fears on other people. Now here's the thing. When you throw your pain body on them, they're going to perceive it as an attack. What would a human being do if you throw something at them? What are they going to do? They're going to shield themselves. They're going to block themselves. So what the other person does in any conflict is they're going to perceive it as a threat, that they're being attacked. So they'll put up their shield. They're not hearing anything you're saying. So you could be from all that pain, you might be screaming at them saying, you don't understand me, you don't do anything, you are the problem, you never, you this, you that. You're doing that because you also want them to understand you and to hear you. But they're not going to hear a word you say. They're blocking it up. And then second thing that happens when you throw your emotional pain on someone else is it triggers their emotional pain body. It triggers and activates their emotional pain body. So their emotional pain body comes and says, how dare you have said this to me? After everything I have done for you, this is how you talk to me? Because they have their own pain body from their childhood, feeling shamed for this, feeling unappreciated, whatever. So now their stuff comes up and they are seeing you through their lens. You are seeing them through your lens. So according to you, they are the villain, they are the bad guy. According to them, you are the villain, you're the bad guy. And now there are two enemies that are fighting each other, two pain bodies that are fighting each other. So, and I told you pain body is not you. Pain body is just the energy of pain that has been stuck in you for so many years, right? So what would therefore be the solution to stop this madness of constant pain body battles going on? There are many things that I need to teach you, but this is YouTube, so I can only do it within 10-minute videos. But one of the things that you can do is this thing called the sandwich method. Now, obviously, we're going to have to deal with the emotional pain body, which we'll deal with in subsequent videos that will come up. So, keeping your pain aside, not talking through your pain because they're going to sense it. I want you to be able to communicate with people without putting your emotions there, just using this thing called the sandwich method. So what is that? Sandwich method is to first say something that is nice and positive and lovely and kind to the other person first. Your ego and pain body is going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. Put your ego and pain body aside. Say something lovely, nice and positive to them first. Why? So that they don't feel attacked. So that they don't put up their shield and they actually hear what you have to say. So first say something lovely and positive to them. Like, hey, I absolutely understand where you're coming from. I understand this pain that you're feeling. I get it. That might be your first opening statement. Your statement would change depending on what is the situation, but you'll say something nice, kind, understanding, positive to them first. Okay? Then after that, because now they realize that you're not attacking them and you're understanding them, because they're also hurt, right? Everybody is hurt. So I understand you're hurt. Now put your point in the middle. So first is a lovely, kind comment to them, and then your point in the middle. My point is that when you do such a thing or when you say such a thing, this is how I feel, and I would like this and this instead. I would enjoy this and this instead. So now you're sharing what you actually want to say, but you're not accusing them, you're not hurting them, you're not doing other, you're just sharing what you would like, what you felt like and what you would like instead. And then you end it with another kind, lovely, positive comment towards them. Like, I appreciate you for listening to what I have to say, and I want you to know that I genuinely do value you. I genuinely do see good things in you, and I want us to be able to work through things. So thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. I appreciate it. So now you put a lovely, positive, kind comment, what you wanted to share, plus end it with a lovely, positive, kind comment. What's going to happen? There's no pain body involved here. So you're not going to trigger off their pain body. Secondly, you didn't attack them. You understood them. So they're going to want to understand you. Thirdly, you placed your point in there. That means they were fully ready to listen to what you have to say. And therefore, you will come together, have a nice communication and come together to form a solution. And when you form a solution, you find harmony. When you even just understand each other, there is harmony. So one of the ways that you're going to start communicating with people always, whether you're writing an email, whether you're sending messages on your WhatsApp, where however you're communicating with people, use the sandwich method for any relationship. Even if you want to say something to your boss, use the sandwich method. You want to say something to employees, use the sandwich method. When we are hurt, we tend to want to throw that pain on the other person. You're going to have to remind yourself not to do that, but instead shift to the sandwich method. In the subsequent videos, we're going to talk a little bit more about the emotional pain body. That's going to help you step away from that and be able to navigate through those situations a little better. But again, reminding you that you are a human being and we have an evolutionary journey and you will not always be perfect. Out of 10 times, you may slip up about, let's say 3-4 times. That's okay. But the rest of the time, try to stay present and heal that emotional pain body. We'll be looking at that in subsequent videos. But for now, your major task to save your relationships and to wade through conflict is to speak, always using the sandwich method. So if you understood the sandwich method, please comment below if that was valuable for you and practice it. You'll notice so many conversations go so smoothly when you are not attacking each other with your pain, but communicating using the sandwich method and understanding the other person, understanding also yourself. So you put your perspective, your need there in the sandwich. So that way, both parties can come together for a solution and harmony. If you truly honor harmony, your ego won't want to do that. Your pain body won't want to do this. Your pain body would rather punch a hole in their face. But we're trying to go beyond conflict, beyond pain to a new world of harmony. So how to heal the pain body, we'll come to that in the subsequent videos. But for now, practice the sandwich method as much as you possibly can in all your relationships. So let me know in the comments, was this of value for you? Did you learn something? If yes, let me know in the comments. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe if it's helping you and like this video. It supports me, but also the more you like, the more you comment, YouTube understands that, okay, this video is something important, so YouTube starts recommending it to other people who are dealing with a lot of conflict in their relationships with whoever, right? So other people also get to experience harmony. So please like this video, share this video with others, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and namaste.